Assalamualaikum. Hi everybody. I made some rice that a lot of my friends then said, "Oh, why don't you share the recipe?" Instead of doing it individually, as I have a YouTube channel, so I thought, why not put it on the YouTube channel and everybody can have a nosy and try it. So here I've got 2 glasses of basmati rice, which I have washed and soaked. It's very important you do that. The only reason the rice is soft and fluffy and long with some people is because they soak them. So I soak my rice for about half an hour beforehand. Then I've got chopped up potatoes, whatever vegetables you have left over, you can in your fridge drawer you can use. So I have got 2 small potatoes diced up, and then I've got some tomatoes and some green chilies, few green chilies, a cube of garlic, and a frozen cube of garlic and ginger. You can use half a teaspoon of garlic and a half a teaspoon of ginger powder if you so wish to, or fresh if you like to use fresh. And then I've got some red onions chopped and some spices. I have got cumin seeds, salt. So you need for the 2 glasses of rice that I've used, I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of salt plus half for my vegetable. So 2.5 teaspoons of salt, some cumin seed powder, again cumin powder, and some coriander powder, and half a teaspoon of red chilies to make it spicy. Okay, and then if I go over to my pan and turn the heat up, in here I have got 2 small onions, white onions, chopped up in 3 to 4 tablespoons of maybe 5 or 6 tablespoons of oil, and I'm going to nicely brown that. As you can see, it's getting to a stage where it's getting brown. I don't want it totally dark brown. I just want it nicely toasted, almost like almond color, which is coming to just now. And to that, and the thing to remember is the darker your onion color is, the darker your rice is going to be. Okay, the end product, it all depends on how dark you want it to. Then you need to, that's how dark you want your onions to be. Okay, as much as brown I want my onions to be. So then I'm going to add the coriander seeds. Give it a minute or so just to get it all nice and toasty. So okay, so roasted and toasted. To that I'm going to add the cube of garlic and the cube of ginger. I'm going to let that, so while that is going to be adding moisture, and at the same point I'm going to add my potatoes. I will add the potatoes in there as well. Give that a little stir. I haven't added my spices yet, because as soon as if I had added my spices straight to the frying onions, the spices would have burned, and that leaves a bitter flavor. So what I'm now going to do is, now that there's a little bit more moisture in there other than just the oil, I'm going to add in all my spices. There they all go. And now I'm going to stir that and let it cook for a little bit. What I will also do to that now is add a little bit of water, just a little bit. Okay, so my spices don't burn, but yet they'll get infused into the potatoes. So I'm going to let that cook for a little while, simmer it, and then come back to it. So I added a little bit more water just to make sure. As you can see, the onions and especially the potatoes have taken color from the spices, and the oil seems to have left. See how the oil is separated from the water, because water has just a little bit water in there still, but the oil is separating. And to that now I will add the tomatoes and the green chilies. The reason I've added green chilies and not chopped them up quite finely is that if somebody doesn't like it, they don't have to eat it, and they can just leave it aside on their plate. So I will stir that for a minute or two. Okay. And to that, then I will add my red onions to give it that sharp kick. A bit more than the green and the red chilies that we've already got. So now to this, that you can add a tin or some chickpeas or even green peas from the freezer. You can add whatever vegetable that you have that you want to add on into that. Okay, so that's all come together quite nicely. Because I had 2 glasses of rice, to that I want double amount of water. So I've got 4 glasses of water in my jug here, which I'm now going to add to the pan. Let that come to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we will then finally add our rice. So I can see that is nicely bubbling away. I have drained the rice, which I'm going to add to the pot and just stir it. And then let it come to a boil, and then stir it again, and then we shall see what we do next. Here we are. Now that's been going for the water has evaporated, cooked in somewhat. You can see all the lovely yummy vegetables looking all absolutely amazing, and all the rice is nicely being cooked. So what I'm going to do now is cover it with tin foil. Cover it with tin foil, and then put the tin foil on, and then put your lid on. So the steam's stage now. Turn it right down, turn the heat right down, and I have got tin foil that I'm going to cover the pan top with, and then I'm going to put the lid on it so none of the steam can escape, and that will stay there for another 10 to 12 minutes. It's 12 minutes or just about, and I will remove the tin foil, and the rice should look absolutely done, piping hot. And I never take a full big spoon to turn them over. Always a fork. Wow. Okay, so here we are. That's our rice. So now I'm gonna plate it up. This big spoonful into a plate. plate. And to go with that, I have got some green chutney, which is nice and spicy, and I have got some raita, and with that I have got some nice crisp green salad, and everything on the plate. It will look and taste amazing. There we go. So this is vegetable pulao with green chutney, raita and crisp green salad. I'm going to enjoy it. I hope you're going to make it and give me some feedback. Let me know how you get on. Thank you. See you in the next one. Like, subscribe, share, and please comment. Please comment.